Good evening, I'm Kevin Christopher.
And I'm Haley Harmon, in tonight for Nancy Cox. Thanks for joining us at 6. 2 people had to be rushed to the hospital this afternoon after the floor collapsed beneath them inside a Lexington building.
That scene is on Westland Drive on the city's northwest side. That's off Old Frankfort Pike, just inside New Circle Road. Catherine Collins joins us live with an update.
Well, now an inspector has been called to the scene here to check the structural integrity of this building after the floor collapsed earlier this evening. And firefighters say part of a concrete floor collapsed inside this building that's used to store bulk groceries. 4 people were inside, and 2 who were on the second floor of the building when the floor collapsed were injured. Firefighters say those 2 people were injured suffered non-life-threatening injuries. They've been taken to the hospital. We talked to one man who said he was in the building when the collapse happened, but on the other side of a wall. He says he jumped into action to help pull a man to safety when he heard calls for help.
So we managed to go inside. I got one of them out. The fire department came to help to get the other one.
And firefighters say about 50 firefighters responded to this scene here. They're wrapping up now, but of course a structural engineer will be called in to determine what caused the floor to collapse. Covering the news live in Lexington from the LEX 18 mobile newsroom. Back to you.
Our Thursday started off with off and on showers, then into the afternoon, some strong and severe thunderstorms popped up across southern Kentucky. Now things are starting to settle down, at least temporarily, across the area. On the Max Track Live Doppler, you'll notice the bluegrass is dry. It's into our far southeastern Kentucky counties. I'm still tracking a line of thunderstorms that is producing some heavy rain in the southern portion of Perry County. That's going to continue to slide into the mountains and continue to weaken as it continues to track further towards the east. But our next wave of thunderstorms now just starting to creep into the southern portions of Wayne County. That is also going to be taking a northeasterly track, but also entering areas that have already been worked over by some strong and severe thunderstorms this afternoon. Certainly be tracking that as we go throughout the evening. Meanwhile, here in Lexington, we are dry. In fact, seeing some sunshine right now breaking through the clouds. The temperature has cooled off to 79 and will continue to hold steady in the 70s going forward this evening. And still, a few gusty storms can't be ruled out against gusty winds and heavy rain. The big story over the next several days. I continue to track rounds of showers and thunderstorms that will stick with us through early next week. I'll show you that we could be seeing a little bit more of an extended break. That's coming up in your complete Storm Tracker forecast. So
if you were headed to Thursday Night Live, you're good to go.
Yeah.
It's dry. That's a word we don't hear much around here.
Woo! Let's do it. All right, we have a big secret that we want to share with you tonight, but you can't tell anyone just yet.
The Breeders' Cup. It's coming back to Keeneland in 2010. LEX 18's Lee Searcy talked to downtown businesses about the news, and that's the big story at 6.
Well, the news will be officially released tomorrow, but we can tell you this is already a big deal here in downtown Lexington and beyond. The 2015 Breeders' Cup at Keeneland was a win-win for many, especially the stores and restaurants that entertain visitors from all across the globe.
It brought a lot of energy to town for all the local businesses and for the people here.
Apparently, Keeneland and Lexington put on such a great event that Breeders' Cup will be back in town in 2020. That's according to the LA Times. The paper reporting the event will continue cycling back and forth between California and Kentucky through 2021.
It's fantastic. You know, we love the horse industry, and it's great for downtown as a whole, and it's always great for us.
After all, Lexington is the horse capital of the world. By 2020, downtown will offer new restaurants and hotels. But owners say it's not just about business.
It's not only just bringing people into town, but it's creating events and things happening for people here to participate in as well in the community.
Covering the news in Lexington, Lee Searcy, LEX 18 News.
Yeah, what she said, 2020, not 2010. The Breeders' Cup will be in Louisville this year at Churchill Downs. A Lexington middle school teacher faces 2 charges of sexual abuse of a minor.
LEX 18's Michael Burke has details from district court on today's second arraignment for Thomas Stewart.
Defense counsel blew bias after entering another not guilty plea for his client, Thomas Stewart. Mr. Stewart has now been charged twice for sexual abuse of a minor. He's a choir teacher at Winburn Middle School and teaches part-time at Georgetown College. Both schools have placed him on leave until his legal issues are settled, and the Fayette School District released a statement reassuring parents they will take every step to ensure the safety of their students. Several neighbors said Stewart shared this home with his domestic partner and children who they had fostered.
I had seen children there. They have a pool. I hear them in the back, but I had never really gotten to know him, and it's definitely a sad situation.
One of the alleged victims went into some detail about what happened in the Stewart home while watching movies, giving a time period which spanned from the spring of 2015 and continued through last summer.
I hope that if he is guilty, that he's brought to justice and not around children.
Stewart's attorney helped him post bond. He will be required to wear an ankle monitor now and cannot have any contact with minors. Covering the news in Lexington, Michael Burke, LEX 18 News.
Thomas Stewart's preliminary hearing has been scheduled for the morning of September 7th. Well, today, a now former Bath County Middle School social studies teacher pleaded guilty to 8 counts of sexual abuse against a teenage girl who was once his student. In court this morning, Darvin Crouch acknowledged he will be eligible for up to 5 years in prison, will lose his teaching license, and also has to register as a lifelong sex offender. Crouch was arrested in May of last year and has been out of jail with an ankle monitor for months. This morning, the judge allowed him to remain out of jail with that ankle monitor until his sentencing come October 25th. With it being the start of a new school year, the victim's family wants parents to be on guard.
I just feel that parents should really, find out about, I don't know how they would find out what kind of teachers they've got. But I think it will always be a bearing on her because, as I say, she lost her mother. She has never had a father figure. And he just really, he knew what he was doing. He played her from day one.
This morning, Crouch and his family declined to comment on the case. The Queen of Soul has passed away.
Aretha Franklin, the commanding voice behind hits such as Respect, Think, and A Natural Woman, died at her Detroit home this morning. She was 76 and had been battling pancreatic cancer. Franklin was a preacher's daughter and got her start as a gospel singer, later making the transition to soul and rock. She won 18 Grammys for her work and sang at the inaugurations of Presidents Obama and Clinton. Franklin was the first woman voted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In a statement, her family calls her loss, quote, one of the darkest moments of our lives, end quote. Funeral arrangements for Aretha Franklin will be announced soon. And as the world mourns the loss of the Queen of Soul, many people are also remembering a giant of the music world we lost this day 41 years ago.
It was August 16th, 1977. Elvis Presley died of heart failure at his Memphis, Tennessee home. LEX 18's Tiffany Jackson spoke to one family from here in the Bluegrass who says they will never forget that day as they stood just feet from Graceland.
Do you remember where you were on this day 41 years ago when the world lost the king of rock and roll?
It's something you don't forget.
Jim Horine and his daughter Cindy Kahn certainly do. The family was in Memphis for a convention, so they decided to do some sightseeing. And of course, they couldn't pass up a trip to Graceland.
I remember the gate started to open and I thought I was in trouble because he had been asking me to get off the gate.
Cindy was only 4 years old at the time, but even she remembers it.
All of a sudden, a police car and an ambulance, first responders came.
Jim says there were only about a dozen tourists outside the gate.
What's going on? And the security guard replied, someone's sick up at the house. And we didn't think anything else about it.
The family went back to their hotel, and just a couple hours later, they heard the news.
It was just unbelievable how many people were flowing into Memphis.
He says their hotel even bought back the banquet hall their organization was planning to use by making a sizable donation to their cause.
Major media outlets used that banquet room to sleep in.
When the family returned to Graceland that evening,
the 12 people that were there that morning had turned into about 15,000.
Covering the news, Tiffany Jackson, LEX 18 News.
Now, Horine used to be in law enforcement and worked security for many concerts here in Lexington at Rupp Arena. He says Elvis Presley was set to perform here in Lexington just days after his death. Although a program named for a murdered Richmond police officer is coming to an end, the man behind it says his mission continues.
What's next for the Ellis Coalition is coming up on LEX 18.